Hi, my friends and family. My name's Trey, and you're watching Trey's Timeless 15 Minutes of Explain on Trey's Myths and Tunes channel on YouTube and Odyssey. And today, my Sunday tent pulpit sermon is called True Anarchy is Respectful, Peaceful, and Free. I'm totally in love with the Christ. I never, ever wanna take Satan's dumb dung advice again. I'm sick of all the Decepticons who say they care and they're altruistic. All you deadheads, sometime you gotta finally learn the devil is not your friend. 'Cause I've got to be anarchy in the true sense, respectful, harmless, and free. I never think the fallen ones really care about me, 'cause I'm too busy having fun, attempting to teach everyone how to think again. 'Cause I've got to be true anarchy, respectful, harmless, and free. You see, it was only threatening to the fake lords. Um, since we were born, we were trained through the mainstream media to think anarchism means chaos or even war and violence, pillaging, looting. Um, This is what the dark side wants us to think, the mainstream media. It is not chaos. In fact, the word anarchist simply means against arc. What is arc? The crown, the lockdown, the bully, the violent takeover of planet Earth by the inverted fake reptilian kings who hijack through culture and masterful infiltration of media and church before that. But true anarchy is truly respectful, peaceful, and free because it simply means that you are the ruler of your body. You control you, and you don't let others do that. And you don't thus get put into slavery. You don't get archonic demons abusing you and trying to destroy your world by making your computer fall over. You don't have ghosts, even. You don't even have any of the archontic forces with or without bodies able to do very much with you when you're a born again Gnostic and really real with the Christ, even to some degree, even in some of your chakras. So, only about a mile from here on the other side of campus, which is incidentally the only time I ever got or one of two times I ever got a citation. The only time I ever had to pay money for camping in this town because in the summertime they look for people camping up there, and I didn't even have a camp. I just had to stash some stuff, and I used to get showers there before they locked it up, and the three campus cops knocked over my pile of stuff, and man, I should have known it was them and not even gone back to that spot hardly. But I spent the night there, and I was going to get it all out, and they got me. So I paid a little $120 or whatever. But about a third of a mile from there, deep in the forest, or half a mile deep in the forest, the all kinds of anarchists used to meet. This was right when I moved to Santa Cruz, 20, probably roughly 18 to 20 years ago. Every Saturday night they would meet way deep out in the forest. It was so far out there I couldn't even tell you. A long trail, and we'd have a bonfire. And I didn't go every week, but I lived with two. Well, one was openly bisexual and one lesbian. Who I was infatuated with both of them, but the open one was studying to get into MCAT, and she's a medical MD somewhere now. But anyway, so we'd go, and yes, they would shoplift some chocolate or wine, often chocolate and wine, and then pass it around in a circle. So it was definitely, you know, equanimitous, you know, communi- communitarian, you know, community, commie, but they were shoplifting. So my youth has, memories of this association in direct time with people that called themselves anarchists would be shoplifting. So this, of course, is a complete misrepresentation of what the word anarchist really means, because you see, if you shoplift, you're inherently breaking the non-aggression principle, which is the key to respectful, real anarchy, which is you're harming someone else. You took their stuff, so whoever made that food um, product, or the CEO or the employers and the employees of Safeway. So you're harming them, by taking them from them, So although the harm might be minimal in your mind, it's also harming yourself, because you develop this tragic mental addiction with harming yourself. I briefly suffered from this, but I got rid of it. I just couldn't stand it as an artist. It destroyed my creativity. The thief is constantly thinking, well, I can get away with going to get some more of this or that. So it destroys your subconscious mind as well. So it's really important to know that true anarchy is not chaos. And really, chaos theory is probably is certainly an important factor in the New World Order, in fact. So the dark side's mainstream media version of looting, chaos, and war in an anarchist society, violence and killing would be perhaps only for the archons or the demiurge or the reptilian kings. In other words, if we were in an anarchist society, perhaps these forces of darkness trying to make us fight and run wars and pollute and dump things like keep an atmospheric river going in the sky and get paid to do all the things, the scientism death cult gets paid, and hospital allopathic gets paid, all the poisonous things they do, those would be the things that people would want to, retaliate for, not, normal actions that were mature. So you got to realize nature is at peace inherently, Slab's Justice, and Slab City is a town in California where no one is a slave and no one pays rent. Now, yes, from watching videos, it does appear that meth and beer and people's trash and, and verbal abuse could be, or they could want me to think that it's that way, gnarly, like the Santa Cruz downtown homeless town they recently had that they tore down. However, if you raped a child or robbed someone to a large degree or did something to really piss someone off, Slab's Justice is like, well, they'll get out their shotgun and get rid of you. So no one really does any really big crimes in Slab City, because Slab's Justice is anarchy. You're not going to get away with doing horrible shit there, because even though no one pays rent, they call themselves the last free town in America. It's in Southern California. However, you can't just do whatever you want to harm others. Nature is at peace compared to our inverted ass society. Neo-feminism and the anti-life cults, the scientism death cult, perpetual wars is what happens when you obey the archy, patriarchy or matriarchy. It's still hierarchical, territorial, war-based, false kingship-based, greed-based society. Hierarchies based in bloodline, money, fake. The USA narrative, Obama said that when he was in office, that anyone in the world is welcome to move to USA and see if they can strike it rich. This was a coded statement saying that anyone in the world is welcome to move to the USA if they're going to, be able to figure out how to become wealthy, or even better yet, become a globalist capitalist like him. Any greedy capitalist can get rich, The true harmless anarchy is recognizing we are all kings on the land, as David James Rodriguez, one of my anarchy teachers, would always taught. He would say, who owns your body? You do. Rulership over your own body is going to inherently often bring much more of a sense of peace than going to the doctor or letting some of these other fools destroy you with their experiments, for example. And UTAT, of course, using their tools against them till it's only us. Think about, for an example of true anarchy as being respectful, peaceful, and free. Okay, so these African slaves were taken to Jamaica to work the sugar plantation, sugar farms, right? Somehow, by the grace of the Almighty Jah, by the grace of the Almighty Sacred Christ, cannabis was brought to Jamaica. And because cannabis, along in the personal story of the one speaking now as well, allows one to tap in to the Most High, as they call it, to a deeper state than the normal worried human slave-oriented or slave-conditioned mind. Look at the music. Look at the great music. The only live Jamaican music I found from 2023 is Luciano playing in Negro. I mean, look how beautiful it is that any month out of the year, they can play shows there and it's nice. And but what I'm saying is that, okay, the hardcore Rastafarians, the Jamaicans in the Blue Mountains of Jamaica, they do have guns. As I've said in previous videos, they don't use them for the most part, as much as I know. But they use them. And I'm not saying I promote guns, but it's interesting food for thought, okay? They're true Gnostics, really, and true anarchists. Because they're able to fully protect themselves to the point where the police, the Illuminati, they don't go up there. They can know they will get shot and killed. But these Jamaican Rastafarians in the Blue Mountains are fully peaceful, fully respectful, and they're free. And their religion is Christ consciousness or Gnostic. Rastafarianism is really a version of real Christianity. But they have the vigilant courage to protect themselves with firearms, with huge machetes. They're not afraid to protect their stuff, yet they're not going to use weapons unless it comes. This is what true anarchy, is respectful and free. And it's not about using violence to intimidate or hurt anyone else. Rastafari himself was an example of one of the few kings ever that was a self-ruling, like using self-protection, self-rule, and real kings. Okay, it's all about sovereignty, personal sovereignty and integrity. Whereas the anarchists usually incite chaos, war, and violence. When you look back on history, the kings, especially the ones that were controlled by the Dracos and even the Anunnaki, the anarchists are the truly lawless ones. They've been able to kill, to pillage, to keep dumping this stuff so that a rain keeps coming here for months. No one's going to stop them. They're truly lawless, truly above the law, unless we collectively put an end to this type of war. So, again, the inversion of the media, they had to convince you that the respectful and free who had self-sovereignty, which we call anarchists, for crazy lawless criminals when it was the opposite. If you enjoyed this, click subscribe, and I got a whole nother video right up here. And you know what? While you're at it, hit the notification bell, because that might actually work better to get more videos.